for it, find it, make it your own. It's the Get Thrifty podcast.
Hey Thrifties, welcome back to the Get Thrifty podcast brought to you by ARC Thrift Stores. ARC Thrift Stores is a nonprofit thrift store chain, and I am your host, Maggie Civic, and we are all about sharing everything that has to do with shopping secondhand. So if you're part of our unique thrift culture, please contact us. We would love to promote your business and your social channels and share your stories and advice with our listeners. We are super excited for today's guest. Please welcome Emily. Emily is a Michigan-based stay-at-home mom, wife to a dairy farmer. We're going to ask about that. And mom to a busy toddler, a lifelong thrifter. She grew up treasure hunting at yard sales and thrift stores with her mom, and it's a tradition she still loves today. In 2025, she turned her passion for secondhand shopping into Grandma Goose Thrifts and Vintage. That's how I found her on TikTok. And you guys know I love it when I find a guest and not the producer. So that's very exciting. And she loves sharing her thrifted finds on her socials before launching her own website after one of her social media videos went viral. Today, Emily curates vintage-inspired home decor, sells online, and runs a unique pop-up thrift store from her home in rural Michigan. Through Grandma Goose, she helps others discover sustainable, one-of-a-kind pieces that bring warmth, charm, and character to their homes. Emily loves sharing the thrill of the hunt, building community through thrifting, and proving that beautiful treasures can be found in unexpected places. Emily, welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. This is so fun. Thank you.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Do people just call you Grandma Goose? I mean, is that kind of become your name?
Yeah, it's actually really funny. I was at a yard sale and someone that I know personally was like, "Oh my gosh, it's Grandma Goose. She's here." And I was like, "Oh no."
Oh, yes. The being recognized thing is like a whole new side of this. I bet you weren't expecting it all, right?
No, it is so fun. Like, so many people watch my videos and they're like, "Oh my gosh, I love the one where your husband was rating your thrifts." And it's just so funny when I have so many people watching it, and it makes me so happy that people are actually they like them and they think they're funny and
Yeah.
they watch them. So
Absolutely. Well, and on that note, then let's start with your social handle. So if somebody is not following yet, they can tune in and catch all your TikToks, Instagram. How do we find you on socials?
So I am on Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram, and all of them are Grandma Goose Vintage. I'm also a seller on Whatnot, also Grandma Goose Vintage. And then I do have a website, grandmagoosevintage.com as well. So I have a lot of different ways people can shop or even just, be a follower and just watch my stuff. So
Yeah, and tune in and engage. And
yes.
stop by your house, which is really how I found you. So I have this little like side love of these pop-up bakeries that do like sourdough and, these rural ladies that are out there, in Illinois, Michigan, all over the place doing pop-ups of their sourdough, baked goods, but you do it for thrift. So
Yeah.
how did we get here? Let's back up the DNA, your origin story. How did we get here?
Yes. So this was last year. So I am a stay-at-home mom. I was a preschool teacher previous to this, and I was trying to find like the thing that just kind of was my passion again, because teaching was, and I love being a mom. Like that's my passion, but I just felt like I needed something that was more like an identity for me instead of, just being a mom, even though I love it so much. And so I started thrifting, and then I got this idea of like maybe people would be interested in buying some of these thrifts and I could like be someone's thrift dealer. And I thought I was going to do a little produce stand, but as my garden wasn't producing yet, I was like, maybe I fill it with some of my thrifts that I find. And my husband made it for me. He made the stand, and I just started filling it with things that I found at yard sales and estate sales and Goodwill. And I advertised it on my Facebook, my personal Facebook page, and like yard sale sites. And people would come and buy things, and I might have eggs, I might have cucumbers, and it would just turn into this little thing, and people would come and buy my thrifts and carry on with their day.
I mean, it's so exciting and fun and different in a way that you don't have to even man the booth, right? This is an honor
No.
system, which is so community driven. Talk about
Yes.
that a little bit.
So I wanted it to be something that I could just be home and not have to designate like 8 hours a day being there. And obviously you have to put some trust into people. And I know this isn't not everyone is going to be able to do a honor system stand where they live. And I understand that. But I was, I'm gonna put some faith and some trust into my community and the surrounding areas, and we're just gonna see how it goes. And I haven't had any issues with any theft or anything like that. I have had some great connections with people from people who have stopped there and just said, "Hey, I just came by and bought a couple of your items. Thank you so much." And it's just been such an interesting way of being able to still be home and be present, but also get to do what I love, which is thrifting. So
So much fun.
so
What
fun.
made you decide to put the videos online? I mean, this started as a pop-up shop, and then what prompted the social media of it all? Well, you had to advertise, I suppose, right?
Yeah, I wanted to advertise for sure, but then it was almost just another creative outlet to just see where it would take me. I guess I was just interested and curious, like, what happens if I do post? And then it opened up that I can sell more by people sending me DMs like, "Hey, I'm really interested in this item that you shared in this reel. Is it available?" And then I am like, "Oh, well, if I can connect with more people that love to thrift just like me, I can sell more items and maybe I could turn this into something a little bit more concrete than just a few bucks here and there." So I guess that is why it just opened the door, I guess, to being a little bit larger scale.
Was there a viral moment that you were like, okay, this is workable. I can work with this.
Yeah, so this is super wild story, but I actually made initial Instagram account and it was actually Grandma Goose Thrifts. And somehow I got hacked and I could not access that account anymore. And so I'm like, well, I can't get in. I'm going to make a new one. And so I made Grandma Goose Vintage. And I think it was 4 days after I made that account, I had a reel go viral. And it was like, well, I was meant to have a second page. That page was not going to get me where I needed to be. And I got hacked and I got completely cut out of that. And, I was just blocked from it. And I went viral. And it was me restocking my pop up stand. And I had like 17,000 people like it. And I sold out every item from that video. And it just opened a whole new world to me.
Yeah. Do you have a guest book?
No, but I want to do that or have like a little like people can write notes and stick it in
Yeah.
my little cash box of like where they're from and how they found me or what did they get? What are some things that they really like?
Mhm.
I would love to add that to my pop-up stand.
I mean, have you like people engaging with you online? Have they told you like, oh, I came from this far?
Yeah, I've had some people say like, "Oh, where are you from?" And it's like, "Oh, it's only a few hours from me. I'll make it there."
That's
And
amazing.
I've had people come mostly from Michigan, but I mean at least a few hours just to drive by and see it.
That
And
that
I'm
has to make
honored.
you feel good. Yeah.
I'm honored. I'm honored that people want to come check it out. So,
And your husband is a dairy farmer. Okay, that is a
yes, yes. Yes.
so he's busy from like crack of dawn all day.
All day. So he's gone 10, 11 hours a day.
Wow.
And so thankfully, when I do see him, I'm usually putting him to work, unfortunately, but he made the stand for me and he did such a great job. It was just from random stuff around the farm. And yeah, and he's been so supportive of all of this, all the stuff that I bring in the house. He's like, what now? What now?
Which is kind of fun, you know. They have to kind
Yeah.
of deal with our hobbies.
Oh, yeah.
Tell us the origin of the name. What's Grandma Goose all about?
So I actually have it right here. This was
Yes,
one of the
show us.
first, yeah. So I found this little planter. One of my first little, I think it was at a yard sale. This was,
Yeah, she has glasses.
uh, she is so cute. And then I just took some flowers in there, but this would kind of gave me the name. This was actually a year ago, like this month that I found her.
Oh,
And I was trying to think of names. I wanted it to be very vintagey, very grandma, because that's what I love. And then I saw her and I'm like, she looks like a grandma goose. She looks like she knows some things and she's been places.
little
And
wisdom.
she just kind of gave me an idea and I ran with it. And I have found so many grandma goose just by thrifting since her. So
That's amazing.
Yeah.
All right, so let's back up a little bit because I didn't ask you this, and now I'm wishing I did. In your bio, we talked about how you thrifted with your mom. Have you always been into vintage? Kind of walk us through that process because you're awfully young to be invested in grandma core.
I have been. I mean, since I was little, I can remember going to yard sales and antique malls and flea markets with my mom. She's loved that stuff. She got this love for thrifting from her mom. And
Mm.
so my grandma was also a big thrifter. And a lot of this stuff also just reminds me of my grandma because like a lot of this stuff is vintage and older and it just gives you that like comfort. But I grew up thrifting with her and that was before my son was came into the world. My mom and I would just on a random Saturday, like, you just want to go thrifting, and we would spend the entire day just thrifting and finding treasures, going to yard sale and digging through people's, trash. And it's such a thing that I just want to keep so close to my heart. And I hope I can do that with my kids one day and just share the love because it's just, I don't know, I love it so much. And my mom still to this day, like she'll come to my house and she'll go shopping at my own little thrift store. And it's just so nice.
And it really is an experience. That's one of the things we're really trying to curate. I have a meeting with my CEO after this, and I'm like, we got to talk about this experience that we're trying to create, right? These millennial mamas that are shopping our stores and it feeling really good. You get a local coffee and you spend hours at a thrift store. And it sounds like you've been doing that for years. What are your thoughts on young people finding this world?
I love it. I think this is such a wonderful like movement that's happening with this younger generation. They're trying to hold on to like the slow living
Mm.
and we're in such a fast-paced world that I think there's a lot of us that's realizing we get distracted by the things that really don't matter. And if we can slow down and find joy in the little things, in the slow things, um, I don't know. I really think there is something really powerful going on with this movement, and I just love it so much, and I hope it never goes away. I
Yes.
love it. I love
From
it.
from your mouth to
Hmm.
God's ears. Like I'm praying,
Yes.
we're always wondering, like, is this just a fad? Is it going to slow? What's going to happen when it does slow? Is
Yeah.
what's going to happen to thrift stores? On that note, tell us about Michigan. Tell us about your neighborhood. Where are you thrifting?
So I am in a small town in Michigan. I grew up here, not born and raised, but I've lived here for, oh my gosh, majority of my life. Um, I live in the country. I'm on a dirt road surrounded by fields and barns and tractors. And so there are some thrift stores that I go to.
Mhm.
There's a couple, I'll name them off. There's it's Arms of Love
Ooh,
in
what a great name.
Greenville. Yeah, it's also a food pantry. They do some amazing work. Um, Arms of Love thrift store in Greenville, Michigan. It is great. You got to dig a little bit, but they have cheap prices, but it's just ran by some really amazing people that are just trying to give back to the community. Um, and then there's a couple that are a little bit farther away from me. The other one is Flat River Outreach Ministries. They call it From. But that one too, they have a food pantry and their prices are cheap, but they have such great items and you can look at things for hours. And that's what I love. I love to there's another room and then you turn this way and there's another room. I love that. I want to get lost in it.
Oh, I love that. And
Yeah.
the maze of the old school thrift store. We do these giant big boxes. And sometimes I wonder if that's like a point against us because some of these old school thrift stores are just so much fun to go to. And Michigan has
Mhm.
excellent yard sale season too. Tell us a little bit about that.
We are in prime
Mhm.
yard sale season
Summer.
right now, and it's been really good year. So a lot of them around me, they'll do like community wide yard sales. So maybe an entire little cul-de-sac will do one. But a lot of people post online, they're posting on yard sale sites, even Facebook Marketplace, and that's how I find a lot of them. I have some amazing friends that will send me links like, hey, I saw this estate sale. So they're always looking out for me and sending me all the goodies. But yeah, I probably check it daily just to see what's new. But estate sales and yard sales, they're good, and their prices, I feel like people have been really pretty reasonable too, and they're great. You never know what you're gonna find.
Yeah, the thrill of the hunt.
Yeah.
And before we started recording, we were talking about getting recognized. And I asked if you're called Grandma Goose, you've got to tell the story. Please share with our listeners about that, because I think that's like part of the fun of this. Did you ever expect you were going to be like famous Grandma Goose?
No, I didn't realize that was going to turn into like a nickname, but I'm here for it. I love it. I'm not offended. I mean, I would appreciate it. But I was actually at a yard sale, and someone that I know, her mom was my first grade teacher.
Oh,
She,
nostalgic.
I know she stopped us. Oh my gosh, this is who I was talking about. This is Grandma Goose. She's here. And everyone was like, oh my gosh, I watched your videos.
It's amazing. It is fun though, because you're like building this community of, like-minded people that, are passionate about the same things, which makes it even more fun. Are you doing any like collabs with your local thrift stores yet? They should really be utilizing you. If their marketing people aren't calling you, if you lived here, I'd
That
be
would
like,
be,
we
oh
need
my
you.
gosh. That's a goal of mine. I haven't had anybody, but I would love to. That is a dream. I haven't even thought of that. But yeah, I'm gonna add that to my bucket list. That would be
Yes.
amazing. That
And
would
you
be
could just
amazing.
walk in and show your Instagram page and they would be
Yeah.
like, yes, please advertise
Yeah.
for us.
Yeah.
From, if you're listening from, reach out. Emma Goose is ready for a collaboration here.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love those kinds of things. Let me tell you, some of our influencers, their videos go wild for our thrift stores. It's the best collaboration for both of us, right?
Yeah. I love that. I love
So
that. And that's how you get your name out, is social media and advertisement and just working together with somebody.
yeah, and it's so good for a small mom and pop thrift store to be featured on your page would be such a coup for them. So
Yeah.
I'm always going to try and give you marketing advice, girl. So don't let me
I
tell
love it.
you. I do want to talk about some of the things you're finding too. I'm hope I'm remembering this right. Indiana milk glass, the little nested. This is kind of part of your aesthetic. You're still finding those like rare finds. Talk about that, the things
Yes.
you love.
I actually have it sitting here. I grabbed a couple things that are just like very trending right now. They're hot
Show
commodities
us.
in the
Yes.
thrifting community. Um, and one of them, they're called hens on nests.
Wow.
And this is a milk glass hen on nest, Indiana. And these are beautiful. People put tea
Like
lights in them,
perfect
candy.
condition.
It
Yeah.
is. It's absolutely stunning. I found this at a yard sale, and the guy was just the nicest human being. And I was so thankful I stopped in because I wasn't going to. But these ones are super popular, and you can also get little salt cellar ones, and they're really tiny. But these are highly collectible, and they're just very trendy right now. You can get them in all different colors. So if you're a collector, those are beautiful. And then also like brass items are
Oh,
really in. Ugh, and they're
also
beautiful.
stunning. Look at
I
that.
know.
Amazing.
Solid brass, gorgeous, very well made. And doilies, anything lace, anything hand stitched, anything that you can tell that someone put their love into.
Mhm.
They're just beautiful. They're all coming back.
My
You
God,
can
those look
style
like
it.
mint condition.
Yes, and they're old, and it's amazing. But yeah, and cookbooks too are coming back. Any kind of cookbook, people are
Interesting.
cooking from them, or they're styling and decorating with.
Yeah.
And I have found some amazing cookbooks, and if you look in them, like they just have the best older pictures.
Yeah.
The food looks delicious. But yeah, there is a lot trending right now, but anything cottage core and grandma core, anything that just kind of brings your home back to like the 80s and 90s kind of feel is here, is back. Yeah.
Now, how do you decide is going to go into the pop-up or I'm going to save this for whatnot or my website? How do you determine?
I guess I kind of will rotate items. So if something's at whatnot, it will probably make its way to my pop-up stand as well if I've had it for a while, or maybe I just need to like refresh my whatnot shows. But I do try to like my higher end, more trendy pieces will be on whatnot or my website. And then the items that they're still really cute, they're still popular, but maybe they're not like my solid brass items, things like that. Um, yeah, I kind of pick and choose like what would be, and I also have to think about weather wise, what can go out there because it is weatherproof, but I don't want anything to like break while it's out there. So,
Or get blown. Yeah, that's true. You do have to
yeah,
the weather.
yeah,
I mean, that is such an interesting challenge.
yeah.
What kind of other challenges do you have to face with it being literally on your front yard?
Well, yeah, weather is definitely a big one. So I do have to watch to see if it's going to rain or be stormy, and I'll have to close it up. Um, Other than that, just I guess foot traffic, trying to get people there. Sometimes,
Mhm.
like it's not too bad, but I do have to advertise it. So if it's going to be open, I just have to remember to post it on my Facebook page, post it on a
Mhm.
yard sale page.
Yeah.
And sometimes I forget, so it might be a slower day. And sometimes that's how people know is just by word of mouth or just by seeing it. So
How fun. And
yeah.
then you do supplement with whatnot. And I know, I get emails occasionally of people that are, whatnot's probably our newest avenue for most, people that are in reselling. Walk us through that journey because number one, it's a totally different animal and it's really specific. And you obviously have like such a fun personality, like people, you're warm and so knowledgeable. But walk us through that journey for someone who's going, oh, can I do whatnot? Is this possible for me? What's your advice?
So when I got some great advice when I was new, and it was just do it. Like pretty much just like dip your toe in it. There is a lot of like, you can do it in 6 months. And there's a lot of like, I don't know what's the proper word, a lot of like algorithm, different kind of
Oh, yeah.
policies that go into it, which I guess anywhere it has that. But they say like when you get to 1,000 sales, you get an instant payout. So up until that point, you have to wait until all your items are shipped and delivered before you get paid.
Interesting.
So you do have a little bit of wait time, but once you hit 1K, so that's a big deal as a whatnot seller. You have like once you hit 1K, like it's such a big deal.
Oh my gosh, I've
Um,
never heard of this. Wow.
yeah, yeah. And so I'm sitting at like maybe close to 400, and I've been doing this since December. I'm also not super consistent with it because just my schedule alone doesn't allow me to be on there every single day. But just give yourself some grace if you are deciding to do it and you want to try it. Don't expect to be selling out every single show. Don't pay attention to how many people are on your lives
Mm.
because that doesn't matter whether there's 3 or 300. Just be yourself. Pretend like there's a bunch of people in your show and just sell your items. And you might sell 5 items, you might sell 50. It just depends on how it goes. But try not to get discouraged because I know I have it sometimes and I'm like, oh, well, that show wasn't very good. It just happens. And some people can go live every single day. They can go live multiple times a day and they can earn their 1,000 sales in 4 months. I've been doing this 7 months ish and I'm still sitting at about 400, but
Mhm.
it's just my schedule just is allowing me to go maybe once a week and that's okay. But you got to be consistent with it.
That's interesting. So, you can do like appointment viewing type schedule, or you can do it when it works for you.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
And
you can set your shows, you can set the time and the date that you can schedule it,
yeah.
but you can also that works to your benefit because you can pick it when you can. If you're only free in the evenings, you can set your shows to be, 7 p.m. or whatnot, whatever you can.
And the deal with what I'm still learning whatnot. So I'm sorry for all these like
I am too.
but like you start low, like most people are starting at like the $1. Is that kind of the gig with whatnot super low?
Me personally, no, that's not what I mean, some people do, but I feel like those are the ones that have a really big following and they also
Huge shows. Yeah.
are selling everything in their show. If you're just starting off, I don't recommend starting at low prices.
Mhm.
I would set your items so you know you'd make a profit because if you started at $1 and you're new, you're gambling that you might sell it for $1 and maybe you paid $5 for it. So you'd be kind of in the hole. So I even now, I'm still at this 7 months into it. I'm still pricing my items higher because I just haven't hit that mark where I'm bringing in a lot of people or having, really, really successful shows. It's definitely a learning curve. So yeah.
It takes time. Yeah. Do you ever live
Yeah.
sell on your Instagram page? I didn't see that, I don't think.
I haven't, not so much there. I know I have before in the past. Um, but yeah, I know a lot of people do on like Facebook and Instagram and they do really well. So that's also an option too. If the only thing with that is like people have to with Whatnot, everything is just like taken care of for you. So you have to get everyone's information and their address and stuff. But it is another way, another outlet to make some sales.
Do you do returns on Whatnot, or all
You
sales final?
A lot of sellers do say no cancellations or no refunds only because it does get a little bit hazy and some people are the most truthful when things come like they receive something broken. It's hard to say if like did it get broken because of the shipment or was it not packaged correctly. I always try to work with my customers, and if there's an issue, I won't necessarily take a cancellation or a refund, but I'll try to, okay, what can I send you? Like, what can I give you as a freebie? Can I give you a credit for the next time that you buy from me?
There you
I
go.
try to make it right in some way. So it doesn't dock anything on my seller page on Whatnot. Because sometimes if you have a lot of cancellations or refunds, they dock you.
Mm,
So it can mess with your seller performance or something. So
yeah. It's so interesting. Do you do any eBay as well, or no?
I haven't, no.
Ah, I love this. I mean, it's just, and out of, I mean, you've diversified in a fun way. Website, Whatnot, pop-up shop. What's your favorite? Or do you have one?
I mean, Whatnot is really fun, but I also just love selling via my videos and my reels. I think that's really fun because then people message me and I get to have a conversation. And Whatnot is fun because there's also great conversation there with some resellers, but also just like customers. So I think those two because there's such a personal feel to it.
Mhm. And that actually is a great, you're meeting other resellers in this process. Is there anybody that like really inspires you that we should be following right now?
Yes. So her name is Caitlin Davis, but she's on Whatnot. Mother Goose Thrifts. So I'm Grandma Goose. She's Mother Goose. But she is the sweetest soul and she is just so supportive of me whenever I'm live. She's like cheering me on.
I love it.
She's bought things from me. She's given me advice. She is a very kind person and we always joke around that one of these days we're gonna like meet in the middle and we're gonna meet and we're gonna have a little thrifting day together because she's down south. And so she is just somebody that I don't know if I would be able to be where I am without her because there's just things that I didn't know. And
It
she's
really
helped.
is such a welcoming community. And I meet people. I would love to hear if you guys actually meet up, but you guys should do like, on Whatnot, does it give you the ability to do like a group sale together?
Yeah, so they're actually called like raid trains.
What? I never
I
heard of
know.
it. Raid
There's
trains.
raid trains and somebody will host it. There could be one or two hosts,
Okay.
and then they recruit other sellers to sign up for different slots. And then so you might go live for 30 minutes. So say it's like 3 to 3:30, that's your time that you go live. And Whatnot has this really cool option where when you end your show, you can raid into another show. So
Wow.
everyone that's watching comes with you to that next show. So
How
say you
cool is
have
that?
it's awesome because you can build other people's more exposure, more sales. So say you have 12 people in your show, you create the raid and those 12 people will go on to the next person's show and it just increases their views, their sales. And so it's a raid train and we
Yeah.
just keep raiding into the next person and the next person and it's really fun. Usually they're themed and you have a certain amount of time. I was in one that was like party in the USA, so it was all red, white, and blue items. It was really fun.
This is just wild. This
Yeah.
world is just absolutely wild.
Yeah.
It blows my mind how many, opportunities there are. I wonder if anyone would do a whatnot show from like inside a thrift store. Has that ever happened? Do people do that?
Yeah, they've done them. I've seen people do it at thrift stores or even estate sales, flea markets, and they just take you along. And sometimes they'll just be like, anyone see anything that they like? Let me know because bid on it and then I can ship it to you, kind of thing. Because it's interesting because a lot of people, I didn't know this. Um, Being here in Michigan, we have thrift stores and yard sales all the time.
Yeah.
But there's people that don't have access to thrift stores or they can't do yard sales or wherever. And so the only way they can thrift is by resellers, and buying from other people, which
Yeah.
is really, yeah,
Yeah. Like I'm thinking of these big city dwellers that are in these high-rise condos. I mean, I guess they have cool thrift shops there too in New York City or whatnot, but it just really does bring the whole world together. It's a fascinating thing.
it does.
What about your big goals? What's next? Where do you hope to be in the next few years?
I would love to have another like vintage booth.
Mhm.
I had one for a little bit, but it didn't work in my little town. Um so I would love to find my like vintage booth home inside a antique store or a thrift store and be able to sell my items in there.
Yeah.
But I'm on the hunt. Oh, it's kind of tricky around here, but I'm still on the hunt to do that or to extend my pop-up in my yard and make it more of like a she shed
Yeah.
kind of deal. So,
Gosh, and get people from all over Michigan stopping by
yeah. Yeah.
and then add that sourdough element. Are you
I
doing
think
sourdough yet?
not yet. I do like just white bread loaves,
Oh, awesome.
banana bread, things like that, but I haven't dipped my toe in sourdough. I'm a little
It's
scared.
it's a journey. I've got a neighbor who has a total obsession and she's like, I gotta go home. My starter's gonna die.
I need to feed it.
Seriously, what is happening?
I love eating it. I love eating sourdough.
Absolutely. So I love that. So maybe a larger pop-up, maybe more on whatnot. Are you open to conversations? I mean, you have done this like in such a short period of time, this jump on social media. If someone listening today needs advice, needs suggestions, are you open to like giving advice and chit-chatting? Can they DM you?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I want to help support anyone that wants to be a reseller or just has a love for thrifting. I'm all for it. I love the conversation. I love meeting new people. Yeah, absolutely.
Love it. Perfect. Because you never know. Somebody listening could be like, I need some advice, or I'm
Yeah,
in Michigan and I'm coming to your pop-up, which is
yeah.
always cool as well.
I've had several people like show me that they've started their own little pop-up in their front yard and like, "Oh, you've inspired me so much. I just wanted to
Yeah,
show you." And I've had people ask like, "Is it okay if I copy you?" And I said, "Girl, go for
go
it. Like,
for it.
you're not
Yeah.
copying me at all. I'm just like the stepping stone to anyone else's creativity. Go for it." And I love it because everyone else has their own little spin to it.
Mhm.
And yeah,
Yeah. And it's thrift. There's only one of
exactly.
one, which is so nice.
Yes.
One of one.
Yeah.
Go for it. Copy. I can't believe your local news hasn't been out yet, or have they? I mean,
No.
okay,
No.
that's coming next. Just wait. These reporters are
That
like,
that would be wild if that happens.
right?
Yeah.
And what a great advertising tool. You may need to
Yeah.
call the tip line. Hot marketing thing. If I were you and I were your PR person, I'd be like, we need to put in a little news. Hey, did you know this
Yeah.
is happening right down the street? Send a camera. So who knows? Maybe someone listening will do it for you. That's always
Yeah.
well.
I'll keep you posted.
Yes, if it happens, keep us posted. Unicorn item. Can you share the thing that you're like most proud of that you found in the wild?
Um, yes. I don't have it with me because it already sold.
Oh, I love it.
But they were two brass duck bookends.
Ooh.
They are such a hot commodity, and I found them last year, and they they're beautiful. They're solid brass, but two duck bookends. Oh my gosh, I could have passed away. I was so excited when I found them. I was so excited. But yeah, that might have been the one thing. And then also, I mean, this hen on a nest
Are
was a
you
great find
you
because
gotta keep her?
I don't find these at yard sales or like
Yeah.
garage sales. I'll find them in antique malls, but
Mhm.
I would say those two are things that I will not forget. I won't.
They stay with you. What about the
Yeah.
thing you want to put out into the universe so the thrift gods provide the next time you're shopping?
Oh, I have actually a thrift wish thrift wish list. I really want to find some vintage quilts. I'm always looking for vintage
Mhm.
quilts to start a little collection. And then I have to look it up real quick because there is something else on there that was super, super important.
Yeah.
Um,
Vintage quilts are becoming harder and harder to find.
very. Ooh, a cement porch goose. I don't know
Like,
if you have seen
no.
those, but they were very popular in like the 90s. My mom had one when I was a kid. They're solid cement and they're painted, but it's a goose. And they sit on your porch and you decorate them. You dress them up
For each holiday.
for each holiday. So
Love
I'm
it.
on the hunt to find a cement porch goose.
Oh my gosh. And people
Yeah.
probably keep those forever. They like cement them to their porches.
Yeah, like they last a while. And so I'm really hoping one of these estate sales, I'm going to go to one and it's going to be sitting out in their little garden or
Yeah.
something. And yeah,
Does anyone ever like trade you on the, I would think like a pop-up shop, maybe someone goes, "Oh, you know what I just found?" And they try and like trade with you at the pop-up. Does that ever happen?
I haven't had that happen at all, but I will say there's been times where like another reseller has something that I'm really interested in and I have something that she's interested in. And
Yeah.
sometimes we're like, hey, you just want to like switch items. And we've done that before too.
That's
So
awesome. I love this community of people. It still blows my mind that, you guys are so open to like sharing your stories with us too and willing to like, you're not gatekeeping anything. You're like, here's how I did
Mhm.
it, here's my origin story, and here's what I want to do next. So
Yeah.
I'm grateful for that. Thank you for your time and your dedication
Yes.
to this. And thank you. I don't know how I got served you, but I was like, I'm so proud of myself. I have two this year. Only two guests that I found in the wild this year. The rest come from my producers. They're so yeah.
Well, pat yourself on the back.
Yeah. I feel really proud. I really do. And I can't wait to see what you do next. And you have to keep us, updated if you do something different. We'd love to have you back.
Yes,
You know,
absolutely.
maybe you write a book of your adventures. I just think this is
A
such a fun.
thrifting book. Now that would be
Yes.
amazing. That would be amazing.
And you
Uh,
learn so much and you're out in the country doing this. I have
yeah.
to tell you also, when I saw your content with your sweet baby, I too am a boy mom of a boy
Yeah.
who now he's almost 17, but I do something and it's the greatest thing I've ever achieved in my life. It's called the 1 second video app. And every single day of his life, I have taken 1 second of him. Now it's harder to do. I'm like, I have to call him and go, I send me a video of whatever you're doing right now. And then I compile it on his birthday and, I share it on
Oh,
YouTube. But whenever I see just one boy mom, because it's hard to do if you've got multiples, it's like a
oh
big,
yeah.
and
Oh
then you
yeah.
gotta like do two separate videos. I can't imagine. But
Mm-mm.
if you're ever interested, it's called the 1 second video app. And I actually put it on my YouTube every year. I've done it his whole life. This will be the hardest year because he's driving now. I'm like, he's never home.
Oh.
And you just compile the entire
Oh,
year and put it out. So food for thought, the 1 second video app, if you're interested, anybody out there, but
yes, that is so sweet. That
super
is so
fun.
sweet.
And to look back on like 4 years old and 5 years old, and
Oh
now
yeah.
I can't believe it's going to be 17 years. It's just passed by in the blink of
Oh,
an eye. So enjoy every moment.
I know. He's 3. He starts preschool this fall and
So
he's
sad.
been my little thrifting buddy. He really
Yeah.
has. And I don't know if he necessarily loves it, but I usually will let him pick out something
Yeah.
wherever we are. And he's always like, "Are we going to go look for goodies, Mom?" I said, "Yes,
Oh,
we are, buddy."
oh, I hope it stays that way forever. Oh my
uh,
gosh.
I love
So
it.
fun. Yeah.
So I
Well,
hope he
enjoy
looks
those
back when
moments.
he's older and goes, my mom went thrifting a lot. I always went thrifting with my mom, and I hope this is just something that he just cherishes because I do with my mom. I still
Yeah.
think about it.
And it's a great little side hustle.
It is. It
Yeah.
is.
So fun.
It is.
Well, we always say that this podcast is, devoted to normalizing secondhand, but it really truly is people like you who are living it out loud and sharing it with the world that are going to keep it going. So I like to always make sure I take a moment to say thank you for your service to our industry. We're super grateful. Keep doing it.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate you guys reaching out. This has just been such a cool honor to be a part of a podcast and just
Right there.
share, yeah, just share my love for thrifting and everyone else's. So thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. And as we end every pod, we like to give a shout out to my personal queen, someone who has inspired my whole life, one Miss Dolly Parton. Thoughts, feelings, anything you'd like to share about Miss Dolly Parton?
I love her. And I always, whenever I think about her, I think about Hannah Montana because she
Oh,
was Hannah Montana's
yes.
godmother.
Yep.
And yeah, she is the fashion queen. And yeah,
Yep.
she is amazing.
Yeah. And the Hannah Montana of it all, you're definitely a millennial girly. I
Yes.
mean, she is like, that's so many people. That's how they know her as
Mhm.
Hannah Montana's godmother. I
Yeah.
love it. Her fairy
Yeah.
godmother.
I grew up listening to her.
Oh, good.
But yeah, but seeing her on Hannah Montana just like sealed the deal. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, she's the best now.
Yep. And last week she just, I'm not sure when this will air, a couple of weeks from now, but she did her little shout out to Taylor and Travis because they gave her $2 million
Aw.
for her imagination library in honor of their wedding. I mean,
Oh wow. My son
iconic.
is signed up for that. He gets a book every month
Oh,
and I love it so much.
mm,
I love it so much.
yeah. Oh, another way you're
Uh,
to her. I love it.
yes.
Well, Emily, you've made our day. Thank you for joining the podcast. You're an absolute delight. Tell our listeners again all the places they follow you, send you all the love, and maybe stop by to your pop up.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you again so much. But I am on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, Grandma Goose Vintage for all three of those. I am also a seller on Whatnot, Grandma Goose Vintage on there as well. You can follow me and bookmark all of my shows. You can see a lot of my goodies on my lives. And then also my website, grandmagoosevintage.com. And then my pop-up, if you are local to the Stanton, Michigan area, it is right outside my front yard.
And if you're doing a pop up, you always advertise it and put it out on Facebook if you're doing it.
Yes, it'll be on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok when I open my stand, when I do restocks, and you can always claim items via DMs on that way as well.
Perfect. Love it. Thanks so much, Emily. Appreciate you joining us.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
And Thrifties, thanks so much for tuning in once again to the Get Thrifty podcast. Reminder, save our pod and leave us a 5-star review about how funny, creative, and smart we are. And if you're part of this unique thrift culture and you'd like to be on this podcast, you can reach me on Instagram at Podcast with Maggie. And as always, we'd love you to join us. ARC Thrift Stores on Instagram and YouTube at ARC Thrift, and now on TikTok at ARC Thrift Stores. Thanks so much and have a wonderful week.
Hunt for it, find it, make it your own. It's the Get Thrifty Podcast.